Big boy,
Big
neighborhood,
boy.
beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, how I've been waiting on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna start where at Not Like Us.
Okay.
You know, usually I lead into interviews and everything,
dog.
man. But we got Mustard in the neighborhood. Mustard, welcome back to the
Thank
neighborhood,
you, man.
bro.
What's up?
Man, I'm telling you, Mustard. It must really be Mustard time right now, bro. Because it was never a point where we said like, man, where's Mustard? Where's Mustard?
Yeah.
But you started working. Of course, production has always been A1, bro. And you have a new album that's coming. But how the hell did Not Like Us happen, bro?
I didn't hear it till everybody else heard it. I got to a point I was sending them 5 beats a day before the whole beef, whatever. But
Right.
I was just, working on my album. I'm like, man, I really want to do a song with you. I really have to, I'm from here. So it's
Right.
like, that's Kendrick. It's like, man, and this is years in the making. I've been trying to do songs with him for years.
How were you? Because we saw a whole lead in
Yeah.
when it came to, Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah.
It was a whole lead in. So just as a spectator, were you watching that and listening to that?
Yeah, I was actually like, I think people think that I was trolling, like I knew the whole time.
Right.
But I'm from here, so I'm always rooting for us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm on Twitter like, yeah, K. West Side, shit like that. And then Kendrick had dropped, I think it was one song before.
Oh,
Not
here.
Like This.
This is what we had to
Oh, you
do,
got the
man.
whole
That's
thing?
that's
a
that's the
list.
whole
What's that?
list.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So okay, so Like That came out, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
And
Because
then-
Like That came from
Yeah,
nowhere.
Like That came out,
with,
and I was
with
like,
Future and
woo!
Metro, yeah.
And then Push Ups came out, I was like, and then Taylor Made came out, and I was just like, you trolling the coast?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
what
trolling
that's
me?
what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, he went
Tupac?
back to back, and
I
that was what
I
the
was like,
Tupac
the
thing.
Tupac
he was
shit
like,
kind of threw me because I'm like, damn, he just made his voice in Tupac, like. So I was like, then Euphoria came and I'm like, yeah, get his ass, like
yeah.
that type of thing. And then 616 came out, and okay, no, 616 came out. Family Matters, all right. I like Family Matters. I thought it was tight.
Yeah.
And then that night, the Family Matters came out. I was in the studio, and I was even like 2 days before that though. I knew I had been sending them beats. Did I think it was gonna be in a part of this shit? No.
Right.
I was talking to my homeboy Lil S, and I'm like, hey man, I'm in the store shopping. I'm like, man, if that nigga ever drop a song on my beat, it's over. I kept saying I went on a bike ride. It was like 4 people. I told my girl, I'm like, man, if he do some shit like some LA shit, it's over. And I just kept thinking in my head, I'm just like, man, I hope he do something.
Period, or on like with the beef in mind.
No, I'm just saying.
Period.
No. At first, I was just like, I just want to do a song.
Right. And
Before the
now
beat.
you're focused
And
in
then
on
I was
if
just
he,
like, if he pull out that card and just do a Mustard beat in the middle of this shit, it's over.
hey man, you had never hit Dot and said, hey man, look at these
Nah.
beats. So you weren't even
I was
wow.
sending them beats. I wasn't even paying it. Like I was paying attention. We all was paying
Right.
attention. But I was on some like, nigga, if you gonna drop an album anytime, I don't know. Still, I was
Yeah.
just like sending stuff because I just want to stay on the top of your mind. I want to get a song with you. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Whether it's beef or not beef, me being from California, I feel like everybody want a song with Kendrick. Just like it's Kendrick. So when Family Matters came out, I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, ooh, this shit crazy. And then fucking Meet the Grams came out, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
shit.
man.
I'm tweeting, I'm not knowing nothing. I don't know what the fuck is going on, what Kendrick doing. I'm not texting him like, hey,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
need
know
one.
nothing. All I'm texting him is beats.
You know how sometimes you get like, oh, something got to grow on me, or I
Yeah.
gotta, bro.
Yeah. It was
That didn't have to
instant.
grow on you,
Yeah, it was instant.
and it was instant. When I saw you in the airport the next day,
Yeah.
I was like, man,
I was still in shock.
bro.
Couldn't believe it.
I was in shock when you said I didn't know. I knew it. I
Yeah.
said, man, when did you know? And you was like, man, I knew when you knew.
Everybody, my uncle was with me the night before, right? One of my uncles was with me the night before in the studio. He texted me, said, man, why you ain't tell me? I said, I ain't know either.
Like, man,
You know?
why they didn't tell me?
Yeah, they ain't tell me.
Do you remember making it?
Yeah.
Not Like Us?
Yeah, I remember making a beat. I made it on like April 6th. It was
Oh,
my
damn.
manager's birthday. Miko's birthday. I was 5 beats a day.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm at the studio. It's like 3 o'clock. And I'm like, I make the 5 beats. So usually I don't send beats one by one. I will just make the 5 and then I'll just send them all 5 at once.
Did you send Not Like Us to anyone else?
No. Any of the beats I ever sent him, I've sent.
Oh,
nobody's
so those-
ever had
okay.
these beats. Nah, all the beats that I've ever sent him is just.
So you
beats fresh.
specifically making 5 beats for
That's it.
Kendrick. Wow.
5 beats for him. And I sent those beats. I went to it. Miko had a surprise dinner, and at 12 o'clock at night, he had like hearted, like, ooh, this is crazy. And I was like, yes, okay, cool. Like, and then the next day I'm back to 5 beats again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
Hey man, at any point after you send, how many beats of fives? Just you said probably 100 beats, or how many you think you sent?
Maybe
them?
like 50.
50 beats.
60, yeah.
At any
Damn.
point, were you about to say, "Man, fuck this"?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
You know,
nah.
you
Nah,
know
'cause I'm-
that's probably like the last five. Like, baby, after this
Nah.
last five, man, fuck this
Nah,
shit,
because
man.
I'm always like a firm believer on like, you know, like when it's time, it's time. Like, you know, like, also I'm a firm believer on it only takes one.
Yeah.
And that's with everything. It's not like, I always tell my homies like that do music. It's like you get one hit, it can change your life. It's all
Hey
over
man, Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Yes, sir.
That's the album.
Yes.
That's a hell of a title too, bro.
Man, I got that title from Nipsey, the last album.
Really though?
Yeah. When he was doing Perfect 10, the song Perfect 10 on my album, he was like, man, you should name this album Faith of a Mustard Seed. Because the Perfect 10 song wasn't going on my album. It's a total different beat he did. And then when he passed away, I was like, man, I really want to do a song for Nip. And I listened to that song and we redid the song. And it just was beautiful, you know. And then, but that night, the last night that he was in the studio with me, we talked for hours on hours, crazy. And he was like, "Man, you should name this album Faith of a Mustard Seed." I'm like, "I already got the title. It's Perfect 10." And he's like, "Well, before it's all said and done, you got to do Faith of a Mustard Seed."
Wow.
And I'm like, "All right," you know. And when I was making this album, I was doing this other album. I can't say the title of it because I'm still gonna use it, but doing this other album, and I made a song for my mom on this album.
Oh.
Because she's a really big Luther Vandross fan, and I sampled a Luther Vandross song. And when I made that song, that was like the turning point for me. It was
On
like,
Faith of a Mustard Seed?
On Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you and Kendrick have a conversation? Like, what was that first conversation after he released it and you didn't know that it was out, and after all the text messages and everything?
So when it came out,
Did I talk to you before he talked to you?
No. When it came out, so I had texted him that day earlier. He didn't answer. The song came out and I FaceTimed him. I'm like, and we just like started laughing. It was like, man, he was like, we got one. That's what he was telling me. We got one. And I was just like, wow. And I was like, thank you. You know, like I didn't have no words. So I'm just like, man, I just coming from here, being from here, you know, like South Central is not far from Compton. You know, like, so it's like getting one with a coast legend. It's like, all right, bet. Like,
and is this
like,
your first number one as
first
Mustard?
number one? Yep. First number one.
That's crazy,
Got all the
bro.
songs, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Super
man.
crazy.
Have you heard it today?
Yeah, in the gym.
Yeah,
I was in the
see
gym.
what I'm saying?
In the gym, yeah, I heard it in
Yeah, I
the
know.
gym.
We've been here for a few hours, so I know I probably heard it like 12, 13 times
Yeah, I heard it in the gym.
already.
for
Yeah,
sure.
it's no escape. And why would you?
Yeah.
What did the pop out feel like to you?
Man, it just felt like super like energy and just like love and like it's not. I've never seen anything like that.
Same.
Like I'm walking backstage, it's dudes that's Crips, dudes that's Bloods. Nobody is smirking at each other. Nobody banging on each
Yeah.
other. Nobody. It was just all love. Everybody was just happy to be there, just to be, you know, in the presence of like this whole in the forum. We in Inglewood. There's people from Inglewood there, like gangs from Inglewood.
Yeah,
There's
man.
gangs that don't get along with them.
You know what
right,
that
right
felt
here.
like too, man? That energy felt like, you know how when a championship happened and
Yeah.
you don't know the person, but you high five.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of people walking out singing "Not Like Us"?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just walking out the forum, just singing
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
And when he went into it the first time, I was like, and when he did A minor and let it go, I was like, oh, he about to do it again. Because we were talking on air, and I was like, man, he gotta watch the throne this. He got to Ninja in Paris this.
It was crazy.
beforehand. Look at
Yeah.
that. That's probably somebody
my-
calling
that's
trying to give you $1 million now.
That's my tennis alert.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. I'll be at the tennis courts at 10:30.
You knew that you were living a historic moment.
Yeah. It's crazy because like my homeboy Lil S, when I was talking to him, he was telling me, he's like, man, he called me like after, like maybe like a week or two after the song. He's like, you understand? It's like really history, man. Like this is like, you know, this is like you a part of something that's gonna be around forever. Your kids gonna see this.
Mustard,
and be like, wow.
man, do people go to you and say, man, thank you?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because I know when there's times I be like, man, thank you.
Man.
And if you see me slap hands with Kendrick, that's what I said to him.
No, I tell
you.
him that all the time because it's like I told him, it's like, it was maybe a month before this or 2 months before this. I'm talking to my publicist, everybody like, I don't know what I'm going to do for a rollout. What am I going to do to make people understand that I'm about to drop an album? I don't want to do drip checks again and the funny stuff that we was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't really care to do that like that. But I was just like, what is going to be the rollout? What are we going to do? And it was like this song. And it was just like, that's the I couldn't have bought this rollout.
Right.
You know
Hell
what I'm
no.
saying? I couldn't pay for nothing.
Hell
like this.
no. And then do you ever think, Mustard, like, man, that's me?
Yeah. Yeah, 1000%. And it's crazy because, man, I usually collaborate with a lot of people on beats sometimes. Like, and this one happened to be just me and one other person, my homeboy Sean. And it was just crazy. It was like how it happened was just crazy. Man.
And you made it out, of course, the video.
Yeah.
Just when I think like, okay, the song, this the end.
Yeah,
And then I'm like, the pop out, okay, yeah, the pop out.
Yeah.
And then it was like, yeah, you know you're gonna shoot the video. I'm like, oh Lord.
Man. We talked about that before the pop out and all that stuff. He's like, man, we should do a video. And I didn't think we was gonna still do it. I was like, all right, you know, like when I heard we was doing it, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. Like,
oh man.
And we started really, really early, and then we went to Tams, and by the time
man.
we came out of Tams, it was like the streets was packed. It was like I had never seen nothing like that.
Dude, yeah, that's like some Dre Tupac takeover.
That's what we was talking about in the car. I was like, man, this felt like how it felt when California Love. He was like, I seen that video. Kendrick was like,
he said he went to the swap meet, huh?
Yeah, well, he was like, I was on my dad's shoulders, and I was like, really? He was like, yeah, and then we seen a little boy the same way, and I was like, that's the same thing.
On his dad's shoulders.
The same thing. I was like, wow, it's crazy.
And I think Roddy's in a position where Roddy's about to release as well, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's about to be a hell of a get down right now.
Man, crazy. YG got some good stuff too.
I know, man.
Some crazy stuff.
Yeah. Hey, man, with him coming with Naka, oh my God, bro.
Yeah. YG got some.
Yeah.
He got another. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that.
Yeah, say it.
No, I ain't
Go ahead, man.
I don't want him to come like, blood, why you do that?
Blood.
Like,
damn, blood.
I can tell.
You
like,
feel me?
Yeah, like.
What has done it?
He'll be like, hey.
You don't think it's right to say it?
Nah, because he'll be like, bro, like he'll call me, what's up, fool? Yeah, like, why would you, like, on Paru, like, you told him, like, I was finna do a whole rollout, but, like, you just messed up my stuff, like. He'll say something like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, you know what? Don't say it.
Yeah. No, he do got a song that's
write it down.
Fire.
Write it down. I'll say it. So that way you do be like, man, Big didn't say that.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh man,
he live around the corner from me. He would come to my house. He lives literally around the corner from me. I'll be at the studio and his daughter would just come to the house. Like she'd just ring the doorbell. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Is Connor home?
Y'all live around the corner from each other?
Literally walking.
There is a neighbor that's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely. Yeah.
There's a neighbor over there like,
you know who else live around me? Smokey Robinson.
Oh, really though?
I see him all
Smokey
the time.
probably the one that's like, oh my God.
Nah, he cool.
Hey man, you not gonna put
over.
Smokey on the beat, ho? No.
Smokey on the beat.
Have you heard that gang banging one?
Gang banging.
yeah, man.
I want to ask him about that next time I see him. I never
put
asked
together
him.
with gang banging with Smokey Robinson.
No,
all right, we'll talk about it. I can't even front on a legend. I can't even. That dude showed us how to get paid. Believe that, man. Yeah. Where does the tag?
The tag comes from that house, that house in Inglewood, across the street from the Forum. I think it came from the song "I'm Good" with YG. And I remember I used to go through YG's computer. He used to record himself all the time. I don't know if he still records himself, but he used to record himself all the time. And I remember going through his hard drive and like I was practicing making beats. I wasn't like the one yet, but I was like starting. And I remember I made "I'm Good." And at the end of it, he was like, "Must it on that beat, ho?" And I just took it. I'm like, all right, let me get that. And I just started putting it on all the beats. Because at that time we had Jayhawk, Jayhawk Productions. We had Jayhawk. We had... who else had a tag? It was like in LA at least.
But that was and still Mustard. That's kind of early.
Yeah, that's super
and
early.
Then there were some people like now you hear tags and it's like everybody got a tag now.
Yeah.
But when you were tagging early on, especially from our side, people weren't really tagging.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't.
And I remember, dude, who was it? Was it Hit? Or somebody that said Kanye told him don't tag.
Yeah,
that's probably something Kanye would say.
Yeah, of course. I was just wondering if it was Hit Boy.
I think it maybe.
And he made the conscious decision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, that's don't tag. That's whack. That is.
Shame
but
on him.
Oh man,
shame on you.
Yeah,
man. Had that Hit Boy going. He
yeah,
had
man.
Going, but,
because and then even with Not Like Us, like Kendrick say it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was praying, please do a beat, but to say the tag too, was like I got the devil. It's a part of a song.
And like, now when you hear it, bro, it's just like this dude is tagged on everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You
couldn't escape Mustard.
Yeah. Now it's that time.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
Good Lord have mercy, man.
Yes, sir.
Especially now, man. Yeah. Everything is going so well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think everything in my life has been going really well.
Why do you think?
I just think I got rid of a lot of people that was bad for me, or things around me that were bad for me that wasn't serving me in the way that I need to be serve.
Yeah, man.
You know, I think sometimes God clears people out so you can go to another place. You know.
You're on a raft.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You look in the ocean. You see two people floating.
Oh my God.
You can only pull up one.
Oh man.
You look into the ocean, Mustard. You see YG.
Why are you doing this?
And you see Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh man. I'm gonna jump in the ocean and die.
You
with
can't.
Him. What do you mean I can't?
You can't jump in. You can
I
only
can't
pull
just die
one
with
up.
my homeboy trying to save him.
Nah, man.
dog.
You wouldn't do that anyway. You got kids.
You're right.
Yeah.
Fuck both of them. I was just like, I don't know, bro.
Think about it. Think about everything that you like. Think about
Oh wow.
Ty Dolla $ign. He was like, man, you know, you gotta have these drums right here. You gotta do this right here. And then, you know, then
Man, I
YG
can't-
over
I
here
can't-
like,
I can't.
man,
I
you
wouldn't.
feel me? What's up, blood? You feel me? You gonna let me die, man? Fool, come on, you feel me?
Oh man, I don't have an answer for that one. I really don't. I don't know what I can't. That's not even like a real. I don't know. Like what? I can only put one up. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather jump in. I don't have an answer for that one.
Yeah. I think I can understand that.
I don't have an answer for that one, bro. I really don't.
All right. It's Ty Dolla $ign and Kendrick.
I don't have an answer for that one.
All righty. It's oh, I got one. This
Who?
you thought that was hard.
Who?
YG
Uh-huh.
and me.
I don't have an answer for that one.
You do.
I don't have an answer for that one.
He was just like, yeah. He was like, big, I don't want to disrespect the
I can't
platform.
do big like
Yeah,
that.
hey,
I
dude.
can't do. I don't want nobody. Like,
He
I can't
gonna
do
walk out,
nobody
he gonna be
that.
like, man, Big was dead. Yeah. He was like, man, you know, I'm
He was
looking at
gone.
this goofy motherfucker, and he like, Ty. I'm like, man, come on now.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
come
got
on,
one for that
man.
one.
You know?
Nobody from the West Coast.
Man, so you're very active still on social media?
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah, I'll be on there.
Is social media for you, is it the gift and the curse? Because it seems like you know how to deal with it well.
I just think the social media is like a fake place. I don't think it's real.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, it's cool to promote your music and do all the other stuff, but anything else outside of like promoting something to like all that other stuff is fake.
Hey, man, yeah.
It's not real.
Oh, my God. But you know how to turn it on and turn it off. Do comments affect you?
Comments don't affect me.
Uh-oh.
Things people say without knowing the full truth about things affect me. It doesn't affect me. It definitely makes me want to be like, what are you even talking? You don't even.
Right.
It's like the internet makes
People
people
just
feel,
make things up, too.
Yeah, people.
though.
The internet makes people feel like they know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could be, I don't know, like anything. They can make up anything to make themselves
Yes,
feel
man.
like they know you. They were in your household. They whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they'll just come with these whole narratives, and it's like you don't even know. You don't. First, you don't know me personally.
Right.
You don't know what went on. You've never been in my house. It's just like this whole. That's the only thing about the internet. I'm just like,
Hey,
you guys
man.
say and believe anything.
And your relationship with Ella Mai. We had Ella
Yeah.
Mai in the neighborhood one time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she came on, you know, her accent and everything. And I was
Yeah.
like, Ella Mai. I said, baby, I said, you could stop with the accent now. You're on, you know, just joking. Man, they tore me up.
No, that's real.
I was
So
like,
rude.
and it's obvious they had never saw an interview of mine, and
Yeah.
that wasn't even her first time. That was
Yeah.
us coming back and having a
Yeah.
great time. And then the next time
Yeah.
she came back in, and I was like, Ella Mai, I said, I gotta apologize to you.
Yeah.
And she was like, why? And she was like, I know.
Yeah.
You know, one day, one of our interviews,
Yeah.
right when she left, I tested positive for COVID.
Really? I think I was. Nah, maybe that wasn't the day I was coming.
Yeah, I tested positive, man.
Really?
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, damn.
Wow.
We done got the guest sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Did she catch it?
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
I'm so glad she didn't either, though.
That's
It would have been cool, like socially, like, hey, I gave her COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I'm just talking about like in this world, in this fake ass world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
definitely like the internet is really what I've learned about the internet in the last 2 years is maybe the last 3 years. Strange.
Yeah, man.
Strange
Hey,
things and
dude,
strange
I
people.
saw this one where somebody was like, man, it look like you gaining weight. I'm like, I hope so.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
what?
Like, oh, I liked you better when you were big. Okay.
Yeah, like what happened to like if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it at all.
Man,
What happened to
because
them?
now
My
they
mom
just
told me
type
that.
it.
They just say whatever, and then 9 times out of 10, when you say something back to them, it's like, oh, I just want your acknowledgement.
man.
It's like, bro, what?
Mustard, thank you for coming into
Thank
the
you,
neighborhood,
man.
man.
Always,
Yeah,
always.
and
Thank
always a pleasure to see you, bro.
You too,
and like
brother.
personally, I love to see you win.
Yeah,
I
thank
love
you.
to see you on your journey, and just on the music side or the
Yeah.
entertainment side. I can't wait to see what else is coming.
Thank you, bro.
Believe
Appreciate
that, man. Mustard in the neighborhood.
Yes,
Big Boy
sir.
neighborhood.